Welcome back. After multiple sailings on Disney cruises, we've learned a thing or two. Here are our top 10 tips and tricks to make your next sailing even more magical.
From Disney gift cards to making the most of the Disney Cruise Line app, we've got you covered with everything you need to know before you set sail.
Let's dive in. Hey everyone.
Hi.
Welcome back.
To land.
Yeah, and pardon our pixie dust. So we wanted to do a top tips and tricks video after having sailed 3 times now. So multiple sailings. We did our first cruise in October of 2023, and then we did another one in October of 2024, and then we just got back on another Disney Wish cruise in February.
Yeah, which, oh my gosh, you guys.
Stay tuned for that one. Yeah. We'll share more about that at the end of this video. So let's jump right in. So tip number 1, Michelle, take it away.
Book early. That gives you the best choice of rooms. A lot of times it gives you the best prices. They tend to get a little more expensive as you go, except for the guaranteed rooms. Sometimes
That's a whole nother monster.
Yeah. So book as early as you can.
Yeah.
Tip number 2, over to Kyle.
Yeah. So for tip number 2, it's going to be join your cruise's Facebook group. So what you'll do is you'll go on Facebook, you're going to type in the ship that you're sailing on and the cruise dates, and there most likely is going to be a cruise group for that cruise. And there's going to be lots of great information on there, everything from fish extenders to your cruise itinerary.
Yeah, and fish extenders are a really cool thing that Disney groups do, where you can put something outside of your door and get little gifts, and then you give gifts back. So if that's something that excites you, you got to sign up for it.
Yeah, but you'll find that group most likely inside of the cruise group. And if you have any questions about your sailing, there's lots of great people that have been probably on multiple cruises that you can ask those questions of.
It's a wealth of information and a great community.
Yeah. All right, so tip number 3.
Disney gift cards.
Yeah.
A lot of times you can find them discounted. We find them at like Sam's Club and Target. The last one we got was like $425 for a $500 gift card. And so we use those to make payments on our cruise. And then anything we have left over, we will use and put towards our onboard account. So once you get on the ship, you can go to guest services and just load up your account. So then you can make merch purchases,
drinks,
food, drinks.
Anything that you would charge for normally, it's going to take away from that first before it starts charging your card on file.
Yeah, it's a great way to save a little bit of money.
Yeah.
Tip number 4.
All right, so for tip number 4, it's going to be download the Cruise Navigator app before your cruise. It is so vital for your cruise. There's so much information on there. You're going to use this across your entire cruise. It also has a messaging app, so if you don't get the internet package, you'll be able to talk to your family and plan where you're going to be. It's probably the most important thing once you're on the ship to make your cruise successful.
And it's also fun before your ship. It gives you a little countdown, so it tells you how long. And it's so cute. Look how themed that is.
Yeah, it's really cute. Tip number 5 is one of my favorites. Pack less.
And the way to do that is
laundry.
We love doing laundry on the ship. It's about $7 for the whole load, both wash and dry. And I also like to pack a little laundry pod and dryer sheet with me in my suitcase to make that even easier. Even if you're someone like me who likes your themed outfits, I still like to kind of wash those base pieces.
Yeah. It just makes life a lot easier. It's a lot less to haul on and off the ship. It makes your travel to and from the ship a lot lighter and easier. And you'd be surprised you won't end up using probably like, I don't know, 50%. One time I packed 6 extra shirts that I didn't wear the entire cruise. So definitely pack lighter. All right, so for tip number 6, take it away, Michelle.
Bring cash.
Yeah.
We usually bring about $200 in extra cash, split between a couple different size bills. So the first one usually bring about $20 in ones. We use that for room service. We love using room service. Disney has free room service. They even have like Mickey bars and Uncrustables. It's amazing.
Really good cookies too.
Yes. All you have to do is tip the person who brings it to you.
Yeah.
So we usually bring about $20 in ones, and then the rest we split mostly between 5s and 10s, so that if we want to give extra gratuities at the end of the trip, then we have lots of options to be able to.
And granted, that's what we even did on our 7-night cruise. So you might end up with a lot left over on a shorter cruise.
Yeah.
Like our 3-night cruise, we had a lot left over. But it's better to have it than need it.
Yes, or want to tip extra and not be able to. But they will do it on your card at guest services if you're not able to, but we prefer to
do cash.
More fun to hand it to them.
Yeah.
Tip number 7.
Number 7. All right. Tip number 7 is probably Michelle's favorite.
Yeah.
That is bring your own cups from home. And when we say that, one per person is fine. You don't need to bring multiple. Michelle brings like 2 or 3.
I'm not 3. I bring 1 water bottle solely for water, and then 1 for extra drinks, like soft drinks or coffee.
I do the same thing.
Yeah, this guy acts like...
But it makes it makes it so easy. That way you're not using the tiny little paper cups that they have on deck, and so you get more, and you don't have to make as many trips up and down to the pool deck to be able to get your drinks. And then also you're staying hydrated. So when you're walking around the ship, you're able to have like a decent amount of water with you, and you don't have to buy the expensive waters they have on board.
Yeah, and my trick with this one is I like to get a sponge and get it wet, sprinkle soap on it, cut them up into pieces after they dry, and then you get little baby sponges that you can clean your cups with.
Works really well. All right, tip number 8, which is also another one of Michelle's tips.
True. Bring lots of Ziploc bags. We use reusable bags primarily. I love to snack a lot, and so I will keep food from the buffets and keep it in my little baggies and keep it in the cooler. But I love to use those. We also do bring some Ziploc bags, some bigger ones, in case we want to put a wet bathing suit into our suitcase on the way home or something like that. But
very useful.
Yeah, those reusable bags.
We'll link to those down below in the description if you want to check them out. You don't have to get the ones, obviously, that we put in there, but they're very useful.
I use them for so many things.
And a lot better for the environment.
Yeah, so that too.
We like that.
Yeah. Tip number 9.
Number 9's a big one, guys.
Yeah.
Book your placeholder.
But Kyle, what's a placeholder?
Michelle, I'm glad you asked. So a placeholder is basically placing a deposit on a future cruise. It's $250 for a cruise that you're going to potentially take within the next 2 years.
Yeah, and the nice part is it gives you 10% off of your sailing. Now this does have exceptions, so a lot of themed cruises it doesn't apply for, or inaugural cruises it doesn't apply for. But just about every other cruise, it gives you 10% off. And if your sailing is 7 nights or longer, it will give you a discounted deposit as well.
So save those dollars. And not just that, but what we found out recently is that you want to place that placeholder on the last night of your cruise. I actually was watching another YouTube video, and they actually shared that the booking date starts from the day that you book it. So if you book it on the first night of your cruise, your 2 years starts then. But if you book it on the last night, that gives you that extra 7 days to be able to decide.
Yeah.
And the nice thing is if you don't end up using the placeholder, it's actually fully refundable. So if you don't book a cruise in that 2 years, you get that $250 back. So there's not really, short of having to have the cash for it or to make the purchase of it, there's not a downside to it if you think you're going to cruise in the next 2 years.
But you can use that onboard Disney gift card credit, right?
All right, tip number 10, guys. We made it. Go ahead, Michelle.
One of the things we love about Disney cruising is the guest service. So if there's something that will make you more comfortable, ask for it.
Definitely.
A couple examples that we use is we like to sleep with separate comforters. I like to steal all the covers. So we asked our room host, and he was able to make it happen.
Which was pretty crazy because he told us that that's actually not the first time somebody had asked for that either, so that made us feel better.
Yeah. So always ask. Another example is we prefer to eat at a private dining table. So we prefer not to sit with other people. It just makes us a little bit more comfortable. And they've always been able to grant that. So you can always ask.
Yeah, anything. You can go down to guest services if there's anything that would make your cruise more accommodating, or if there's something that you have a food allergy, for example, at the restaurants, if you let them know, there's plenty of accommodations that can be made there. Biggest thing is the key word, ask.
Well, thanks for sticking it with us. If you're still here, we appreciate you.
Yeah, hopefully you guys found all those tips and tricks useful for your next cruise.
And we are going to be releasing our next cruise vlog in a few weeks. And this one is
oh my gosh,
a crazy one.
This is a doozy.
I'm pretty sure this is unlike any that you've seen before. And I'm not even being like
this isn't clickbait.
Crazy.
We're not. Well,
here is it summed up in one sentence. Go.
We got upgraded to concierge from a guaranteed stateroom for free.
It's going to be crazy. So stick around. In the meantime, while we're getting ready to release that, we're going to be zhuzhing up our home office to bring you more content.
Don't mind our pixie dust.
We're also going to be bringing some Disney parks content.
Yeah, not just cruise line stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's a little impractical, and you guys honestly might get a little bored of that over time anyways. So we do go to the parks quite often. Fun fact, Michelle and I actually met working at Disneyland.
So if you like this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, give it a like.
Yeah, and make sure you guys are subscribed, and make sure you hit that bell button. That will let you know when we put out and release new videos.
Yeah.
I actually watched a video recently and didn't hit the bell on the channel. It was somebody that we were newly subscribed to, and I was like, man, they haven't put out a video in a while. I was like 4 videos behind, so... yeah.
And find us over on Instagram.
Yeah, we're over on Instagram as well, so if you guys enjoy all of this content, and you want a little bit more behind the scenes type content, join us over there as well. So I think with that, we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.